Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome. It's yours truly, Dr. AJ Austin, founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training LLC, where I train Black women of faith to become certified life coaches online in one day. So exciting. If you've been watching my latest videos, we've recently introduced something called 10 for 10. It's where I take my one-day life coach certification, break it down over a series of 10 months, 10 modules or lessons, and 10 payments. I want to know how that works? Keep listening in. I am going to refresh my screen here on my little cute mini iPhone is what it's called here. And I'm going to share this in our group. We have a private Facebook group for future Black life coaches. On this video, we are talking about, let me see if I can share this. Share this. Say hey when you come in. Hey girl. Hey, Coach Lee. We're talking about the future of Black life coaching, specifically for those of you who are not coaches and you want to become a Black woman certified life coach. Remember, I just said that I took my one-day program and I broke it down, and it's now being given over a 10-month period to give you guys more time to, number one, pay, but number two, take your time and go through the program. Learn what you need to learn. Let me know that you guys can hear me. I am trying to pull me up, and I am not familiar with how this goes. Ooh, I am not an eye person. Don't claim to be. But little iPhone, please work with me. Ooh, that's Facebook. Yay, as soon as I said that. Okay, I'm trying to be like multitasking. It ain't working. Oh well. I'll just share the replay in the group. I'm assuming it'll let me do that afterwards. How are you guys? Say hello. I'll still keep playing around with this phone because I really want to share the link with those who are in our free online exclusive coaching community for future Black life coaches. So, as I try to multitask again and ask it one more again to share this with me. Write a post, share now. Yeah, is it a pay? Oh, there we go. Okay, I just had to be quiet and concentrate a little bit. Here we go. So, let's see. Future Black life coaches. There we go, coaches. Yes, I did it. I'm proud of myself. If you are new here, we have a roster of 158 Black life coaches. Majority of that number are Black women of faith. We have worked together over the last almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years officially in September that I've been certifying life coaches. And majority of them have been Black coaches from all over the world. As far as the Cayman Islands, we have coaches just different parts of North America. Our most recent coach, Coach Rachel, is in New York. So that's why I say y'all rep y'all city when you come in, because we may have a coach in your city, in your state, definitely somewhere near you. Y'all represent heavy here on the East Coast, whether it's Atlanta, the Carolinas. Ohio has been calling a lot lately. We have a lot of coaches in Texas and Louisiana. If I'm forgetting your state, forgive me. Just come on here, rep your city, whether you're watching live or listening to the replay, either on Facebook, YouTube, my podcast, wherever I end up landing. And we are now acquainted. Hey, girl. So I'm going to make this quick because I have 2 coaches waiting on me in my inbox and almost on my phone. I got to make a call to one of our coaches before we get out of here. And we're both here in Atlanta, so that works. So we're on the same time zone. So a lot of our coaches are here on the East Coast, and we experienced a lot of the same experiences when it came to things like the quarantine. I talked with a coach recently who was living here in Atlanta. Now she's in Texas. She loves it there. And our last time seeing each other in person was right before the pandemic. We all had lunch together, and I say within a few days, that same restaurant was no longer open or available for me to go back and get them same good old sweet potato tater tots that was so good. And my triple cheese grilled cheese sandwich. I'm vegan, y'all. And I had a really good tomato soup. I remember that meal. That was like the last good, fancy, bougie pre-pandemic meal. I bring up the pandemic because I just started to dive into Bishop T.D. Jakes' book, Drop the Mic. And within the first 2 pages of me reading, I was already crying because he made it so relevant to what we all personally experienced wherever you were in the world, whether you were here on the East Coast with us and majority of our coaches, or whether you were on another side of the earth, just like some of our coaches in Australia, Austria, Vietnam, East Africa, wherever you were watching from. We have a new coach in Canada that's coming soon. So this is the future of Black life coaching. Still being able to connect even though we weren't able to connect in person. So I am working on some material to bring to those of you who are super interested in becoming a certified life coach, because you know that also during our shutdown, quarantine, COVID-19, the year we're calling 2020, there were also things like protests and riots and racial injustice and just things that left our people, Black American people, in a state of trauma and turmoil, just social injustice, civil unrest, civic unrest, racism, so many things that gave us what I now recognize as PTSD, myself included. I remember when the riots began and the social injustice just was really heightened and we were already trapped in the house, couldn't really do much. And I guess just a group of people got tired of being in the house, and we look up on the news and social media and see what was going on outside in the real world. And I remember locking myself in my closet, y'all, and I cried my eyes out. And I remember asking God, what is this? Where are all of these tears, this emotion? Where is it coming from? And in that moment, I felt like I was carrying the tears, the burdens, the frustration, the trauma, the experiences of so many people who did not get to be here, but I was now a part of their legacy. So I went from that whole big group of coaches that used to come here to Atlanta to train with me here in person. They were male, female, Black, white, Latina, Latino. I'm trying to think of the other, any type of representation, LGBTQIA, Christians. A lot of them I didn't know their religion unless they just told me. And so in that moment, and ever since that moment, God has put a heavy mantle, calling, and pull on my heart, my purpose, and my life to specifically work with Black women of the Christian faith, certifying them in becoming life coaches. And it hit home. It made total sense because everything I just said is who I am. Black woman, Christian, certified life coach. So while we still have 158 on our roster that include everybody, more specifically over the last 18 months, I've been training and certifying Black women of faith online to go through the life coach certification process. The same powerful, potent stories that we were able to live, what got us here, and now teaching those of you who are interested in becoming future Black life coaches how to take that story, how to take your tears, how to take that heavy mantle and apply it to helping others. Not telling them what to do, not giving your advice or opinions, not judging them or being biased, because you may decide to reach out to a global community, a global coaching community who will receive you well because your story matches theirs. So as long as your story, the struggle that you've been through, your style, how you show up with your personality and your interests, as well as your energy, maybe even your idea of success. All of those things are going to come in line with those who you are called to. So just like I'm called to Black women of faith, and you guys always resonate with me and say, Dr. AJ, it's just something about you, your energy, your smile, your personality. One coach recently said your voice is healing. Everything from how I reach out into your inboxes, how I email you and text you and call you on the phone like I'm about to do after I'm no longer live here. All of that is somewhere in you and someone needs it. So I'm here today to tell you that there's a future as a coach if you want it. I know many of you who pop on and off my videos. Y'all lurk, y'all watch. I've even inspired others to go out and try this thing we call training. But I know for sure that this is a direct call from God for me. And I know for sure, let me tell you how. I remember I was married and homeless. And we reached out to a family at a church I was attending at the time. And we told them, hey, need a place to stay. And I remember finding myself sleeping on their basement floor, cold, no carpet. I used to creep upstairs and borrow the pillows from their couch to protect me underneath and between the floor. That's what I slept on for a while. And one day I went to the basement bathroom and I was looking in the mirror to do my hair. And God whispered at that sink. And this wasn't the only time that it happened. This wasn't the only place, but it's just one that's most vivid. And he said, I'm going to give you your confidence back. Because how much confidence can you really have married, homeless, broke, sleeping on someone's concrete cold floor on couch pillows in their basement? And I said, ooh, God just told me he's going to give me my confidence back. I didn't even realize I didn't have confidence. I was not the lady that you see before you today in that moment. I remember another time he would show me visions. I am an activated prophet. I see visions and I dream dreams that are so real and that come true. I don't tell a lot of people because I know prophecy is a gift that's often prostituted as well, and I ain't out for pimping. Okay, so, but God would prophesy to me, and He would show me visions of my future, even going through later on a divorce. I remember being in our bathroom when we had a home, and He would show me visions of me talking to groups of women. And I always thought it was the women that I went to church with at that time. This was back in like 2006 or so. But it wasn't them. And I always questioned him because he would show me this group of women time and time and time again. We were all in a circle, sitting at a table, and I was their leader. I was talking to them. We were having really good discussions and conversations just in this vision. Again, me and God in the bathroom, at the sink, in the mirror, doing my hair. So it was something about that moment that he knew he could catch my attention, that I was quiet long enough in my mind, and he would speak to my spirit. And I remember always questioning my father, saying, Lord Jesus, who are these women? Where are they coming from? Where are we? What am I talking to them about? What is this conversation? Because it looked good. I never got it until that fateful day. Not even a year ago, y'all, or maybe a little bit over a year ago now, since we're post-pandemic, that I found myself in the closet crying the tears of those ladies in that circle. Those ancestors who would never be here to see the work that I'm now able to do for Black women of faith. I take what I do so serious because this is a promise God has had on me, in my heart, in my life for years. And I often have encounters with people, again, who have been inspired by my work. And sometimes I'm a little bit much for them, or sometimes I inspire them so much that they may go out and try to do what I do. But y'all, the Lord whispered to me just last night, no competition. Because when you're called and you're anointed and you're chosen for such a time as this, you can sit and do what I did just about an hour ago. Crack open a book as powerful as Bishop T.D. Jakes' book called Drop the Mic. And in the first 2 pages, see all of those revelations come flashing back. Y'all, this book, I don't even write in books, but I got notes in this book and I'm only on page 6. I have cried. God has given me two visions to add to the work he's called me to do. Bishop Jake's words just in those first few pages confirmed what God has shown me all of these years, including what we're called here to do in this earth, dealing with Black people, specifically Black women of faith, going out to the ends of the earth and touching the lives of people who have been impacted by racial injustice, flat out racism, civic unrest, social injustice. It's a movement, y'all. It's bigger than, oh, let me take your money, teach you something that ain't real, and then hurt your feelings. Because it's a lot of coach hurt out here. People will take your money. They will claim to train you. I've taken some of those trainings to see what was out there. I did my research because I knew I'm in this for the long haul, y'all. This is my life. I date my business. My business is my boo. We date every weekend. I'm sitting here with journals. My phone is on top of some papers. I got some papers here. I got some papers on my bed. I work my business full or part-time, but I get paid full-time. And I'm so glad that there's money in ministry. And I'm here to show you how that could be possible for you if you know, like I do, you got that strong feeling that ain't going nowhere. If y'all been following my lives, I tell you it's called the heart pull. It never goes anywhere because you know that God has called you for such a time as this. And you're like me. My t-shirt today says I'm anointed to do business in the earth. This was a gift from the Bronner brothers here in Atlanta, a family of, I think it was 8 boys at one time, plus their mom and dad. And the mom and a few of the brothers once a year would gather local Atlanta businesses, and then everybody from all over the world would come in as well. And we would get our businesses prayed over by a Black family of millionaires, y'all. Some of y'all got their products in your bathroom right now. Yeah, the Bronner Hair Care brothers prayed over my business for 5 years. I've been anointed with oil with real gold in it. Some of you have seen my pictures with swords that are real. It was an anointing to do business in the earth, and this is the business that God has called me to do. This is a shirt that is engraved with some of that real gold that was in the oil. I've held on to this for years. I know I'm called to do this. What about you? Who here with me live right now know that you're called for such a time as this, and you're not just saying it, you're feeling it, and you're ready to live it? Because if you're ready to live it, I have an outline that I've already laid out and designed for you. We have coaches on board right now that are now signed up for our registration, and it's open enrollment. It is a limited time because I'm not going to do this forever, but I'm listening to the download of the Lord that he gave me sitting on the toilet. It's something about me and Jesus, but just a couple days ago, he gave me this revelation of how what I've been doing over the last 6 years, training life coaches in one day, to now break it down into 10 months. My program is $1,000. And I know most of us, I'm going to put myself there because child ain't always been here. I just moved into this newly renovated luxury house that I'm in right now. So it's not always been the case that I had $1,000 at my ready. So because most of us who are called to ministry, who are called to coaching, who want to be a part of the future of Black life coaches for Black women of faith, we may not have $1,000 ready to go. If you do, cool. I can send you the link to sign up right now. We have all of our coaches. The earlier ones just blew me away that they could swipe a card for $1,000 and not blink. And I was like, oh, Black woman, okay. But for those that I meet who say, yeah, I got to save up the money. I know I'm called to do this. I've been wanting to do this. I've been researching this. One lady just told me a couple of days ago, she was pulling her hair out trying to figure out how she could pay for this $1,000 training. And God showed me what I am now calling 10 for 10. You know how like you go to Kroger and you can get a can of corn for $1, or you can get 10 for 10 and you buy all 10 because it's a deal. Okay. So I've taken my one-day life coach certification training that has trained over 50 now Black women of faith online since quarantine, this time about 1.5 years ago. 50 ladies have said yes to this program. They trained in a day. I know everybody ain't able to train in a day because y'all got lives and things going on. I know you. I know all about you. Black woman, educated, mother, ministry, married, employer, employee. entrepreneur. I know you. You're educated though. You got the degrees. You've probably been certified in some things already, but you know that this may even be that missing piece that you need. I need you to inbox me right now. I ain't even going to drop the link yet. I need you to inbox me and tell me that you're ready. And ready, what that looks like is you're going to go through my life coach certification training over a 10-month span, and I'm going to give you that 10 for 10 deal where you only pay $100 a month for 10 months. Don't come play with me, as Shakari Richardson says. Don't come play with my time. Don't come play with my money or yours. Only inbox me if you're serious, okay? Knowing that you can stay faithful to 10 payments of $100 for 10 months as you progressively go through this life coach certification training, because you know you're called for such a time as this. You, my love, is who I saw in my vision, standing over my sink in the bathroom, listening to the Holy Spirit. I still listen because he is like my business partner. So I have to be obedient. And this is what he showed me for you recently. It's the breakthrough that we've all been waiting on. You ready? You have to send me an inbox here on Facebook if you're watching live. And again, make sure you are ready. Do what you need to do, sis, to make a $100 payment a month for 10 months and go through this training. And yes, you get access to the training as you go through it. Yes, you will be certified by the end of the training. And it comes with so many sweet little goodies I can't wait to tell you about. I'm going to do some more lives. I did one yesterday in the closet because my lawn care team was here and they were loud. I feel like they just stand right under my window with that leaf blower. And I could not go live with that, okay? So I've put together the 10 for 10 program. Our recent coach, Coach Rachel, joined us. And she's like, Dr. AJ, I'm so nervous. And I was like, girl, why? So we talked through that. She is super excited. And we have other ladies that are joining our team as we speak. So if you're super ready, Patricia Harris, I see you, girl. If your story or your struggle resonates with mine in any way, or if your idea of success where you run your business part-time but make a full-time income and you're making the impact that you know God has called you to make as a Black woman of faith who's a certified life coach, if you know that's your next step with me specifically, we're not going to do a come to Jesus call. We're not going to do a information session. You don't need to ask me any questions. Once you register, I'm available in your inbox at the ready. Ask any of the 50 coaches that just got text messages and voicemails from me, okay? So all of the information I'm happy to send you in the inbox. I'll send you the link, but it's specifically covering what's involved in the program as far as what we cover in detail, as well as the registration link to get signed up, and you get access right away. So I know one of our coaches, future Black Life coaches, just emailed me asking about what was included. No, not what was included. She said, when is the next training? So Diana inbox me. Oh, and what I meant to say too was if you're listening to this recording either on my podcast, because I do upload my Facebook Lives to my podcast, or if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can email me directly for the link. Again, it's not a Q&A session. Y'all have watched my videos. Y'all ain't new here. But if you acting like you is, hey girl, most of y'all have watched my videos. If not, you know who I am by now if you've listened this far to this video. You know enough to know that God ain't got no more questions. I know this the one. This is the chosen one. Y'all, it's time. So send me an inbox. The first step to becoming a really good coach is listening. So listen to what I just said. Send me an inbox. I'll happily send you the link and we'll get you registered. It starts right away. As soon as you register, I enter your email into my database and boom, you got your first month of work in your inbox. And it's good. Y'all, I sat here for a couple hours the other day prepping this work for y'all, adding new stuff that some of my other coaches don't even have yet. Coach Lee, if you still on here, don't be jealous. You know I love all y'all, okay? So the newer coaches will get the workbook because I update it every time I send out this version of the program. So if you are really super serious, go ahead and inbox me. I'm going to send you the link again. Don't play with me. Shakari Richardson. Y'all know I'm talking about the track star that was like, I know I'm gifted. Don't play with this gift. That's how I feel. So if you ain't got $100 a month, save your ducats. Okay. Um, you to make it fair for what people have paid are paying in full for a one-time payment of $1,000. This is your way, interest free, for 10 months to get that $1,000 covered. So I don't know about y'all, but I love like countdown. So if I know it's $1,000, I'm gonna get access to this program, and every month for 10 months, that number going down, I am more inspired to not only show up, do the work, but make those payments on time. Okay. I just did something like that with a much larger program. This coach charges tens of thousands. So I know what the payment arrangements do for you, child. It's a commitment. But if you're committed to what God has called you to do, you can't do nothing but trust, have faith. Plug in your card, make the payments, get the training material, do the work. Because as you do the work, I can tell. And I have treats for those who go through my trainings and they're doing the work. I send them speaking opportunities. One of our coaches, Coach Corinthia, just had a podcast interview on my behalf, just talking about her business and what it was like to go through this in one-day training. But you guys get access to it for 10 months. If you want to make a one-time payment, you can do that as well and get the whole training up front. That is, of course, an option. But if you want to take your time, because you've been waiting this long, and you want to know that you're working toward getting this certificate, then the 10 for 10 program is for you. So say that in your message to me, which one you're interested in. I just lost my train of thought, but yeah, this is what we got going on. Are there any questions about anything that I've covered about the future of Black life coaching? I didn't know how deep I would go into this topic today, but I really appreciate those of you who are showing up to chat with me, saying you're ready, saying you're interested, sending the messages already, being obedient, listening, because this is what you've been praying for. It's here. It's time. You've been watching long enough. You've been seeing other people do what you want to do long enough. It's time, child. It's time. So let me, what was I was looking into this? I was trying to bring up the details of what's in the program. I spelled it out on the previous live that I did. I was trying to see if I could find it. But if I can't find it, I'm going to go ahead and jump off and give one of our future life coaches a call. Hey, future Black life coach LaTanya, how are you? So, LaTanya, did you hear the 10 for 10 announcement? I know you and I chatted before. I was trying to find the breakdown. Y'all, I've sent out so many emails and received so many. It's kind of lost in the clutter of my emails. Are there any questions before I go? I'm trying to find what to share with y'all. Okay, I think this is, oh Lord, this is so little. I don't know if I can read that. Okay. My other phone screen is so tiny. Any questions for those of you who want to be a part of the future of Black life coaches? Any questions? So in the 10 for 10 program, in our program as a whole, here's how I broke down the one-day life coach certification training and how it stretched out over 10 months. So you'll get a virtual video series that comes also with digital downloadable, say that fast, life coaching session activities and worksheets. And also, you're going to be going through this training for yourself first, and then you're going to learn how your client feels to sit in the being coached seat. You're going to get an outline of how life coaching sessions flow to keep track of your time. So if you've ever wondered, how does this session start? How does it wrap up? How do I get them to come back? I got you, boo. I laid all that out. And then I give you what we're calling the 5-figure financial blueprint, where we start with where you are, how much money you want to make. Basically, it boils down to what you want to bring in through your coaching company. And then it wraps up with what you should charge as a coach based on that figure. I see you, Dayana. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you, ma'am. So I'm going to send you that link. So now you're coach number 3, future Black life coach number 3 on my list today. That's waiting on me for a response. So thank you for listening and being obedient. I got you, boo. So there's a fill in the blank guide that I give you in this training as well that's going to help you create what we call terms and conditions, because coaching doesn't have contracts. We have agreements where you're setting your clients' expectations, just like I'm setting y'all's. So telling them what they're going to get, what to expect of you as their coach, how you guys will work together, what your prices are, how to show up for sessions, and so much more. It's deep. It's like 72 different things that should be in your coaching contract. I highlight the most important 7 things that should definitely be there as a beginner coach. And speaking of beginner coaches, you'll get to see some of our new life coaches in their first life coaching session. I think it's super cute that our future Black life coaches love to see other coaches coach when they were new, because you learn so much about watching other people. I'm the same way. So you'll get some sessions and copies of those recordings, their videos, as well as 2 of my life coaching sessions that I've done just for you, because I knew you would want to see, how does Coach AJ coach, or Dr. AJ? And when you see these videos, I was Coach AJ. Now it's newly Dr. AJ. I don't think I've coached on video that I share publicly besides my private clients. So we'll have to get us an updated recording. I see you, future Black life coach Patricia Harris. Thank you for your message. I got you, boo. I wish. No, I'm gonna do it right. So we're gonna all be patient with this. So I'm about to wrap up. I'm trying to see. Oh, y'all, this is the favorite part. You'll see a video from one of our coaches that was the first person to say yes to this online training version of what I do, making it into a self-study course. Her name is Coach Tanisha. And she said her favorite part of the training is where she got to not only watch other coaches, watch videos of me coach, get all these activities and worksheets, take herself through the training, get help with how the session should be laid out and how they should be timed and what she should be charged. She said her favorite part was where she got to demonstrate what she learned. It's a hands-on, engaging experience, and it's so much fun to see y'all coach. And I hear myself in y'all's coaching, and it's a lot of fun. I have received a call before asking me, Dr. AJ, did you train this one person? I just heard her speak, and she sounds like you. So we are what's known as the Ladies of Legacy when you get certified with me. Now my alarm for take out my trash is going out. Okay, so we got to do a lot before nightfall. There we go. Let me turn this up. Okay, so make sure that's okay. I'm trying to see what the last part is. Oh, one of our coaches, Coach Rachel, this is what we talked about when she was freaking out. She's like, so she signed up for the 10 for 10 program, and then she emailed me like, I am terrified. And so I asked her why, and she said, is there a test? Now, y'all, I get it. I was the student in class that if I got a test and I feel like I did not ace it, I would cry, put my pen down, and walk out the room. I had an attitude on test day, whether I studied or not. So I know what it's like to be under that pressure. Like, I can feel the anxiety just from talking about that. I have so many trauma stories from test taking, but I knew I was more than equipped, and so did my advisors. And so I'm one of those advisors that believe with you. I have trained the 150 coaches that I shared about earlier. They all had to go through this assessment process. We don't even call it a test, it's an assessment. But how I have the 10 for 10 program and our one-day life coach certification program laid out is to promise you that if you watch the videos, take notes, do the work, allow yourself to open your mind and your heart and go through the process, you will pass this assessment with flying colors. Out of 158 coaches, I've never personally as a trainer had anyone to fail this assessment. It's specifically designed to see if you're paying attention. Y'all know how that go with learning and things like that. So once you successfully complete the assessment and demonstrate your skills and take the training and get all your questions answered that you may have about what coaching is, you'll get all of that answered in the training. You'll be complete. And once you finally, submit that work, show me that you've completed this training. I could tell by the questions you asked me as well where you are in the training and if you really did the work based on your answers. Again, 158 coaches, so I ain't new to this. I've done this a few times. You submit your work, and then at the end of our 10 months together, if you do the 10 for 10, you will receive a digital copy of your life coach certification certificate along with a beautiful graphic announcing you as a new coach. And you have the option to order a print copy that's signed and mailed by me too. I'm trying to get my assistant to do it, but child. So anyway, I personally mail the certificates when you opt for that printed option. Um, and it is just a really good feeling to have that certificate on the wall, knowing that you did it. You said yes to what you know God has called you to do. So those of you who are in my inbox, I see that you're ready. I hear your hearts. And so I'm going to go ahead and go so that I can send you what you need and hop on the phone with my coach who's waiting here in Atlanta. Are there any final questions before we go? Again, the information that I'm sending you in your inbox, or if you email me because you're listening on another platform, it has the details that I just went over with you about what's in the program, and more importantly, the link to sign up to register. That's going to allow me to enter you into our database of coaches. You'll be 159, 160, 161. Yeah, you'll know what your coaching number is by the time you graduate. And so I'll enter your email address. It's going to trigger out your first month of work, and it's enough to keep you busy for a month, okay? But it's so much fun, y'all. Wait till you hear what the other coaches are saying about this. So I'm going to send you that link to get started right away. Again, it answers all of your questions, okay? And $100 a month for 10 months, child, it's aspiring to allow you to finish. So any final questions? You are so welcome, Patricia Harris. She's saying thank you in the comments. Latanya says, yes, I am ready. Thanks. So Latanya, send me a personal message real quick right now. If you haven't already, I can't even see how many messages are in my inbox right now, even though I'm looking at two phones and my AirPad is right here. So, Dayana, I see you. Y'all are like, amen and glory to my story, right? Because it's so deep. So when you know you're called and you're chosen and you're ready, you're saying yes, you're moving forward with what God has called you to do, child, you covered. He got you. You can't even stress. All you do is walk forward, okay? So I don't see any questions. If you are typing a question and you want me to hold on, send an emoji. My eyes look a little red for some reason, and I took a nap. So are there any questions, any emojis really quick? If not, I will leave you with this. I'm going to say it slow just in case y'all type it. There is someone somewhere, future Black Life Coach. They waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. As y'all know, as a future Black certified life coach, when you impact just one life, you impact generations. Y'all ready to impact generations? If you've sent me a message, I got you, boo. Look for the link. Get signed up today, okay? Let's get you started. If you are emailing me because you heard this somewhere outside of a Facebook Live and you didn't have the luxury of being on here with us live and chatting, then email me and I'll send you that link as well to get you started. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for being a part of my purpose. I'm glad to be a part of yours, and I look forward to seeing you in class soon. Y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day. God bless. Bye, future Black Life Coach.